Hi guys, welcome to our book club. Today will be the fifth and the last session of this beginner's book. The title of the book is Oliver and the Seawigs. It is written by two authors, Sarah McIntyre and Reeve. Today we'll be discussing chapters number 9, 10, and 11. So let's just begin. Hi again guys, so as I was telling you, today we will continue with chapters number 9, 10, and 11. So let's just remember a little bit what happened in chapter number 8. So in chapter number 8, we have Iris that, she woke up and she couldn't find Oliver, but she found a note that says that, he gone to the Soulstone and he will come back soon. However, Iris decided to go, after him, but in her way she found, this group of mer people, these mermaids who are just about to go and sing in this event that is called the Night of the Seawigs. And also remember that Oliver who was in his way, or he was going after the Thrallstone, he finally reaches the island and he enters through a very, very narrow cave. And it is describing the way that is very winding, probably not like zigzag, but there are like a lot of curves that are, it's winding, se retuerce. And well, it is describing, that he passes by some octopuses, by some seaweed that he found, some other animals, but in his way to reach the summit, he also realizes that when he touches the rock, the rock starts laughing, like a little bit, like moving. More than laughing is not laughing, is that, it moves like something. Probably it is tickling. So let's just continue, sorry. And well, in chapter number 9 we have that, if you remember, the Thrallstone and Stacy the Lazy with the sea monkeys, they stole the water mold from Oliver and his group, and they are arriving to the Hollow Shallow, that is this place where the Night of the Seawigs is taking place. They are celebrating because they have the more spectacular wig. And well, while they are celebrating, Oliver is climbing. When he reaches the summit, he realizes that everybody is a little bit busy. And also he saw his parents. They were in some glass gloves, and they were, they were in the pool. They were just, there rocking. And well, Oliver, it says that he, it is trying to reach, here in this part it says, Mom called Oliver softly. Dad, they did not steer, so they didn't move, they were tired, it says here, after their adventures. So he tried shouting a little bit, louder, but the same. And suddenly Stacy the Lazy caught him red-handed, caught him right, there. And well, it says, there stood Stacy the Lazy with his army of monkeys around him. So, some of the monkeys start grabbing him, and they just put him in a glass glove too. So finally they are even more excited because they caught 3 human beings, and they are more than ready for the Night of the Seawigs. So here we can see that, one second, let me see what is happening here. Oh yeah, in this part, Oliver asks Stacy the Lazy, hey, why are you helping, the Thrallstone to win? And Stacy the Lazy says, well, we have a deal. If I help, him to win, he will help me to conquer the world. Maybe not conquer the world, but, to destroy it, or to, to have power over the rest. So, it says here, we will stomp New York, smash London, sit on Shanghai. The whole world will tremble before us. Nobody will dare say I've got a girly name then. Because remember that Stacy the Lazy, it is a little bit traumatized, or he has, like some inner problems. Because Stacy, it is a girl name. So usually people say after he introduced himself, like, it's not that girly name, and he says, it's not a girl name. So, well, that's why he wants revenge. And I guess that's also the reason why he is a bully. But, well, anyway, so that's happened. And here, well, like Oliver was caught. So, as you may see, here is Oliver, her mom, and his dad. So, that's it. That's it for Oliver. And, well, like here, either way, the islands are getting ready for the party. Remember that is the party where they will choose the next well, they will choose what is the more spectacular week. So that person will, like rule over the rest. So the rest will just obey. And also, well, it will be king for 7 years because this is an event that, takes place every 7 years. So what we have here, like the Hollow Shallows, that is the name, the Rambling Isles forgot their nervousness and listened. Oh yeah, because, like while Oliver and her mom and her dad, like they were caught and over, suddenly we have, like the mermaids. And they start practice, they start a quick practice, and they start singing. So suddenly everybody's like, what? And, well, it's like, hey, like these, I think it is the core master, it says here. Just 1 second, what is the word? Very quickly. They couldn't listen, the Thorson stop. Oh, the fat merman, it doesn't say easy. Well, like the guy who is leading the orchestra, like the singers, is like, hey, what is happening here? Because someone's singing flat, so someone is not following, like the tone. Someone is out of tone. And, well, like everybody's staring at everybody. And it seems that, well, as you may suspect, oh, this is the guy who is, like directing the girls. Well, Iris doesn't know how to sing. At least not so beautifully as the other mermaids. So, well, here it says, what a disgraceful racket. So this is not possible, like, be off. We don't want you here. So, well, like Iris says, like, I didn't want to be here either, like I want to go with my friends. So she didn't, like care, it says here, all she cared about now was rescuing Oliver. So here we have chapter number 10. And as I was commenting to you guys, the Thorson is just, like arriving to the place little by little, are gathering more and more islands. As you may see here, we have a lot of islands with a lot of, very, very eccentric seawigs. You can see a squid, you can see a dish, you can see here, like on the background, you can see a sheep, you can see here, like these French styled wigs. And, well, like the Thorstone with the 3 human beings, with the water model, with the temple, with everything, and also, like the size. Everybody's looking at the Thorstone. Everybody's, like surprised by the decoration, by, like every detail the Thorstone has on its wig. So it says here that also, like while everybody was paying attention to the Thorstone, suddenly, like from behind, they start listening to, it says here, like, well, here is, like the Stacy the Lazy, but it is not the part. Here it says, at last, on the far horizon, a tiny speck appeared, drawing quickly closer. The islands all mumbled and muttered to each other, turning to look. Soon Oliver could see that the approaching thing was another rambling isle, striving purposefully through the waves. On either side of it the wave crest foamed, and the foam took on the form of galloping horses. So here, is describing that from far, they just saw that this island was coming closer every time. And, it was so magnificent, it was so big, it was so, how can I say it? Yeah, magnificent, yeah, I think that is a word. That the foam, the foam that the island was making while, like with its paths, it was, like in the shape of horses, like galloping. So you can see here, this is the foam. And also it says here, it was the chief island who had won the last night of the Seawigs. The white horses of the sea form a honor guard for her, and the mermaids on the sinking rocks started to sink again properly now that they didn't have Iris helping. The chief island, her name was Dambulay, waded into the shallow and stopped. On her summit towered a massive wig of trees and flowers and grasses with rainbows knotted in it, and the prows of the Viking longships jutting out like ornament hairpins. So it says that this is the longship, the longship, the Viking longship. It will be Los Barcos Vikingos. And, it says that on top of the island there were a lot of flowers, there were a lot of, grass, trees, even, like some rainbows. And the ship, it looked like decoration, probably like a pin. Okay? And it was a hare. So, like the current chief, it's a hare. And her name is Dambulay. So we have here that everybody is super excited because, like she arrived. They could see why she won the last contest. And, well, suddenly it says the island, here in this part, it says, I think it was before. Yeah, here. Like as soon as, the island arrived, like she starts her speech by saying, well, it is time for a new king, it is time for a new chief. So, like I am very thankful with my week, but I can start a new week. So in 7 years, I can be, like a participant in the context. So thank you so much. Let's just the best to win. That is what she is saying here. And she releases, like her Seawig. So probably she's shaking a little bit. So everything is, like shaking and everything fall down. So here is describing that some other islands, they are, like trying to pick some stuff, just, like last moment decoration. And, well, here it says also that the islands are prepared for choosing the next king. And they start, like shouting Thurlstone in just one voice. So they start, like Thurlstone, Thurlstone, Thurlstone. And, well, at the end, I guess that everybody agrees with that. They agree. And the Thurlstone won the contest. However, like here we have suddenly that Iris pop up beside the Thurlstone left knee. So you have here a very interesting verb that is pop up. So they pop up, like they appear. So she appears very close to their Thurlstone left knee. And, well, as you may guess, she starts singing. And it says that she sang louder this time, as loud, as shrill as she could. So very, very sharp, like very, very agudo. She sang until her face turned purple. And because of her voice, like she could crack the glass glove where Oliver and his parents are. So the Thurlstone, this is the Thurlstone is super upset that he starts like a little bit, well, insulting, the Iris by saying, like a fat mermaid, like you spoiled my wig, like why you did this, I want and everything. So here we can see that Oliver finally, he releases from this globe, and he's very quickly, because let me see where it says here. Well, like here, Cleese, like here, Mr. Culpepper, here they are. But Oliver is very quickly, and I don't remember if you pay attention. I hope yes. But in this part, like at the beginning of the chapter, you could see that it was describing this a peacock feather fan. So let me just put it. I think it was here. No, it was like back. Let me just like this one. Like here. It is describing this peacock feather fan. That, if you don't know what is a peacock, it is an animal, a beautiful animal. It is pavo real. And well, so once Oliver releases himself from the globe, he, like they have the monkeys, they have everything, but he is so quickly, and he saw that he had one of those fans very close to him, so he picked the fan and he ran. And he ran until one of those features, or like those cracks that he knew reaches the heart of the Troll Stone. So here it says that, well, like Oliver's parents, they could reach a safer place, but in this case, oh well, Stacy the lazy, meanwhile, like he's upset too, because it's like, no, that's not fair. We just won. We are the winners, so you have to obey us. You obey me. Like they are having this discussion, and suddenly, it says here that let me see. Oh yeah, like while Oliver is running and everything, and because everything is happening at the same time, and Stacy the lazy is like, hey, we just, like we just won. We are, like the winners, and that. Suddenly a voice says, stop. So it says the rambling Isles look around, the monkeys too, even the Thulstone stop roaring and glance over its huge stone shoulder. So everybody, like start, like they stop what they were doing and they were, like looking around. And then we have Cliff. That, like Cliff has a very improvised seaweed with a narwhal. And well, like here we have a very, very funny image, because it says that he was explaining, Cliff says like, stop, the Thorstone it's a robber, like he just stole the water mold from me, and probably he did the same to other islands, and that's why he shouldn't be the winner. And he is, like trying to convince everybody that the Thorstone is bad. But look at the size, like all Thorstones look to be super huge. And Cliff is very, 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 very short. So the only thing the islands are listening to is like, rah, 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 rah. So here you have it, That is this. The rah, 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 like people is listening to. So nobody listened to Cliff because Cliff was a little bit short. So that, in that distraction is where it's when Oliver, like goes, in this case here, the ground behind the Soulstone for a range. Oliver, so here it says, Oliver ran between the trees to where one of those fissures opened, the cracks that led down into the island's hollow insides. He took a deep breath and jumped in. Thump, thump, crash, he went bruising himself as he tumbled down through the stony tubes and crannies. Yeah, he was, like bruising, like pegándose, lastimándose, haciéndose moretones. So with the fan that he already has, and with the information he got when he was, like climbing and reaching the summit at the beginning of the chapter, we know that the island doesn't like tickles. What are tickles? Like when it is someone is like, oh yeah, tickle, tickle, and you are laughing and laughing. Well, those are tickles. So here, it says Oliver wondered, and what would happen when he really start tickling? Oh yeah, because like Oliver is trying to go to the center, like to the core of the island. So he is like sometimes grabbing, like clinging in some of the rocks, and the island is moving. So he knows that he doesn't like tickles, or that he tickles. And that's why he is wondering what will happen, like if I start really tickling it. So it says here, he found a foothold, raised his feather fan, and set to work. So as I was telling you, Oliver started tickling the insides of the thrallstone. And as you may see here, like probably those are the octopi, or those are some of the animals Oliver found in its way. But here are the insides of the thrallstone. So he starts tickling, and as you may see, but suddenly it stopped. Something was moving inside it. Something that tickled. It writhed. A shipwreck dropped off its wing and splashed into the sea. Arr! Said the thrallstone, or something along those lines. Another ship fell, the water mole this time. So like Oliver is tickling the thrallstone, and the thrallstone is moving. It's moving. So the decoration, the thing that it has on its summit, on its wing, they start like falling down. So it says, like here it was the water mole, and then tickling, and two more things, and then it was, like pieces of the temple. And then, like suddenly it says, for a moment they saw, oh no, this is, I will spell you. So, like suddenly everything started shaking, and shaking, and shaking, and shaking, because, like Oliver was tickling, I think very hard. And, well, it says that, boom, it explodes. It says here in 1 second. It says, I wasn't spelling you, my bad. For a moment they saw Stacy the Lazy clinging to the top of one great fragment, yelling at its topple. For a moment they thought they saw Oliver trembling free, a big feather fan flapping like a wing above him. Then the spray hit everything. Like, boom, the spray, like, it was not like a bomb, but it exploded. Well, it exploded. So, here, as I was telling you, everything exploded, guys. So we have that Stacy the Lazy flew away. You could see him here, and all the pieces, like here we have, it explode, boom, because of the tickles. And here you have the sea monkeys, and probably here in a piece of land it is Stacy the Lazy. So what we have here that, it says, Oliver hit the water hard as the thrallstone came apart around him. He plunged deep enough to brush his finger over the silver sand beneath and came up, gasping for air. He trod water and looked around while the upflung spray fell upon the waves like rain. So, it exploded. Oliver also flew away. But, like he reached the surface and he could breathe. So, no problem. He wasn't sinking. Then he found there were a lot of rambling isles, just looking at what happened. And also it says that he saw the water mole where his parents were. So also the thrallstone exploded, but it didn't disappear. It just, they were instead very, 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 very little rumbling islands, my bad. So with these very cute rumbling islands, we see that is the ending of the thrallstone. No more bully. So here we have also from me, but they got lost. Well, 1 second. It says here, she looked at Iris and Oliver, then at Cliff. Thank you. You have saved us from awarding the greatest. Oh yeah, because like the thrallstone are the rumbling islands are looking at what is happening, and the thrallstone was big, so nobody was defeating him, or like trying to fight with the thrallstone. But Bambulay, that is like the ex winner from the Seawigs contest, they she was very grateful with Oliver and with Iris and with the entire Oliver's team because they were safe of this bully, this Trollstone. And also because if the Trollstone won, they needed to obey the Trollstone. So that's why Dumbledore it's thankful for it. So here it says like, well, you saved the day, so let's just make Cliff the king here. And you know what? Cliff says, no thank you. No thank you, that's it. I just prefer, taking my friends to their home. So let's see. And here you have, Oliver it's on the water mall with his parents, and also Cliff, pick the water mall again. They put him on his head and he just turned and, go away. So here we have that, they are on their way back to Oliver's house, to their home. And on his way, they are asking Oliver how he feels because they will come back to their house. Like their parents are promising Oliver not to go to any adventure again. And they noticed that Oliver was different, he changed. That every time he was looking at the horizon, or they were talking about, the adventures, he has a special bright in their eyes. So here, it also mentioned that Oliver parents, they were taking pictures of everything, but because of a reason, because of, the sun coincidences and over, none of them was revealed, none of them was in good condition, so they were lost. So here we have, what happened with Stacy the Lazy, and it says that Stacy the Lazy, just like in the Titanic scene, in a very, very small piece of wood, he is on it and he is, rowing in order to reach, I don't know, maybe another island, maybe his house. But with the monkeys start, climbing him, climbing the piece of wood he is on. And suddenly they are a lot, and they are surrounding Stacy the Lazy. So as I was reading this part, I just remembered the Minions. So probably the sea monkeys are just like the Minions. Maybe they were inspired on the Minions. But well, we have here, Stacy the Lazy cover, he is covered by his sea monkeys. And that is the ending for Stacy the Lazy. Coming back to, Oliver's parents and over, I don't know if you remember what was the water mall, but I don't know if you remember what was the water mall, but the water mall was this first submarine. It was a Spanish one, and it was made because they want to transport some gold in by the sea, but without being detected by the pirates. So once, Oliver and his parents found him, they said that once they are preparing, food or something like a fire because they are traveling, they found out that there were some boxes with gold in it. So they are now kind of rich. And here, the last chapter arrives. And in the last chapter, Oliver finally arrives to his house. And, let me hear. Well, they are in his house. And also, Oliver's mom asked Cliff, hey, Cliff, don't you want to stay around here? And Cliff is so happy because finally, they will have, it will have friends, company, something else than Mr. Culpepper. And since Oliver family is rich now and they have changed their idea about adventures because, as I commented to you, Oliver, it is perfectly happy with being at their house, at his house, but he also kind of has this nostalgic feeling about adventures. So his parents decide to have their house on top of cliff, like it's not a Seawig anymore, but they built Oliver house on top of cliff. So they decide that that will be the best of both worlds. Oliver is super happy with it. So meanwhile they are doing everything, they two things. First thing, the water mole. Cliff just took the water mole off and he put it again in the seabed, in order to rest, because in the book they mentioned that because of the air and because other elements in the air, the water mole is getting rusty every time, so rustier and rustier, so it will arrive a time when it will just fall apart. So in order not to happen that, Cliff decided just to put it again in the seabed, and Iris took it as her home. So right now, Iris lives very, very close from Oliver, and Oliver and his parents are living on top of Cliff. So if you remember, the objective of Iris, it was to go to a beach very close to Oliver's home in order to see a doctor, because she cannot see from near, so she has nearsightedness. So we have here that Oliver takes Iris in his dinghy to to that beach, to that shore where the doctor is. But this is very funny because he wasn't a doctor. Here it's describing that let me see where he is. Fireside Cove with Iris swimming. So it is not here. Let me see. Oh, yeah, it says here. The beach optician was in his usual spot on the sand, and he looked very startled when Iris came out of the sea. He had never really believed in mermaids either, and his beach optician stall was just an excuse to get away from his noisy family and spend a few hours each day sitting quietly by the sea. So, well, it was, like a little bit funny. So he wasn't really, or maybe he was a doctor. He was an optician, but he was not really a mermaid optician. So, well, in this case, it says that he didn't say anything. He just treated Iris as a normal customer. And, well, Iris finally has her glasses, so she can see. And we have here that, as I commented to you, this part is not, well, let me just go, well, here in this part, let me just, start with this. As I commented to you, finally, they build Oliver's house on top of cliff, but it says that in order to have the best of both worlds, because Oliver really, really loved going to school, they build a bridge. And also here you have Mr. Culpepper, that it says that Mr. Culpepper lives on the roof of Oliver's house, and he also wakes every day Oliver, so they are super happy. Whenever they feel they want an adventure, or there is a day off at school or something like that, they just take the bridge off, they elevate the bridge and they go on an adventure, because Cliff is a rambling island, and it says that this is the best way of traveling in your house. And as I commented to you, this is the water mole inside. Now it will be Iris' house, but it is describing that Iris, it is just collecting everything she found on the seabed. Everything. For example, we have the toilet bowl. So it is full sea flowers, because it is plankton and moreover, but he doesn't say anything. He just dives, 2 or 3 minutes, Iris is like, hey, this time I just collect this, and I found that this is that, and I will use it. Oliver doesn't say anything because he cannot breathe underwater, and it says that, well, those visits are a little bit fast, but Iris really appreciate the effort Oliver is doing because she knows that he cannot breathe underwater. So that is the ending of everybody, guys. That is the ending of the book. We have here a little bit of information about the authors. It says, as I commented to you, that Philip Reeve, it is the author of another very well-known novel that is called Mortal Engines. I have seen the movie on Netflix. And well, it is also the American author that is I think she is the illustrator, and her name is Sarah McIntyre. So we have here what else? The map. This is very important because this is the map of the adventurer. So here we have, like Deepwater Bay, where it is Oliver's house. This is where the optician was, the Far Side Cove. And this is all the journey that Oliver and Iris, live and describe in the book. So here is where they pick the water mole in the Sarcastic Sea. This is the place where the Night of the Shallows was taking place, the Hollow Shallows. And here again, it is, the place where they just arrived. So, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this book. It was a very easy reading, in some parts a little bit complicated because of vocabulary in others, but at the end of the day, I really hope that you enjoyed this reading and that you kept at least one new word. So thank you so much for reading this book with me, and see you in the next reading. Bye!